Hi, everybody. James D. Jones here. How are you? Of the Magical Mystery Tour, Beatle Years and Beyond, for Beatles A Rama Radio and TV. It's Christmas time, and as we gather around the mic, I'd like to share a tradition I've started several decades ago, where I do a Christmas reading, especially for you, and perhaps the child within you. So, before I get started, I'd just like to say thank you, folks, muchly, for a wonderful year. And I really appreciate, humbly, being able to bring you the entertainment that you enjoy so much. The interviews, the music, and all the stories of John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr, or as we like to call them, the Beatles. And let's have some Christmas fun. What do you say? Yeah? Okay, here we go. Here is my Christmas reading to end. Let me get everything set up here. Here is my annual Christmas reading from me to you. Magical Mystery Yule, once upon a submarine's dream. 'Twas the night before Christmas, but the spirit of Yule was not what it should be in old Liverpool. The stockings all hung by the warm chimney grate were sadly still empty, for Santa Claus was late. Yes, midnight had come, and midnight had fled, and the children were still lying awake within their beds, unable to sleep and beginning to fear that Christmas really wasn't coming this year, when off in the distance there came such a strange noise. Was Santa arriving at last with all their toys? Those surely weren't sleigh bells they heard from afar. It sounded more like drums on electric guitars. Now up in the sky, as the music drew near, a strange silhouette began to appear. Could those be reindeers? Is it as it seems? Instead of a sleigh, they were pulling a yellow submarine. Now the reindeer drew closer through the clouds, soft as a pillow. And what a surprise, for behind them, a submarine that was all yellow. And out of the windows, strange voices there came, which called out to each tiny reindeer by name. Now Maxwell, now Martha, now Prudence and Peppa, on Sun King, on Sadie, on Jude and Loretta. The submarine soon landed with the slightest of pauses. And then out through the hatch came 4 Santa Clauses. But these weren't like the Santas the children had ever seen, for under their white beards, their beads could be seen. And the clothing that just wasn't Santa Claus red, but rainbows of dazzling colors instead. They all had long hair, and some had curly mustaches. And one of the 4 wore little round glasses. Now they carried their instruments, except for one who staggered along with a full set of drums. They spoke not a word, but as quick as a mouse, they carried their instruments into the house. And moving the Christmas tree just out of the way, they plugged in their amps and began to play. Now the room, it seemed to sparkle with magic, and then that sparkle grew brighter, and then brighter again, and exploded like fireworks, filling the air. And then each of those stockings were filled. There were gifts everywhere. But the 4 could not stay to admire the scene. They sprang to their submarine and were gone like a dream. But their voices called out as they vanished from sight. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a peaceful and loving Christmas night. Thanks again, folks. James D. Jones here. of the Magical Mystery Tour, Beatle Years and Beyond, for Beatles A Rama Radio and TV. Have a happy Christmas and a peaceful New Year. And thanks again, folks, for just a wonderful year. Thank you so very much. Stay tuned for more and more and more from Beatles A Rama Radio and TV. Cheers. Happy Christmas. Are you on the good list? Are you on the good list? I think I am. I hope I am. I'm pretty sure I am. Although, well, we'll find out. Happy Christmas, everybody. Cheers.